Guess what? As you know, if you watch my videos, you'll know that I love my carp fishing and different bits of fishing. And in the winter months, I still go fishing, carp fishing, take the people with me and go overnight, etc. I love going overnight, but with carp fishing, you take more and more gear. So what I've done now, I've decided, first time ever, I've done a little bit of lure fishing. If you watch my playlist, you'll see I've done 1 or 2 days out lure fishing. Not a lot, not a great deal. I've been up the Broads loads of time, never fished the Broads, and never really done much river fishing. Don't know why. I went up Broads last visit. I'll put a link up there, link below, to a couple of visits I did to the Broads. Saw a lot of people fishing. I fancied it. I fancied having a little go, you know. And I've got a little lure rod. I bought that ages ago, a small lure rod. This is the little thing I bought off of a friend of mine. Actually, it's two. I can't really show it to you. It's two. There's not enough room in here. But small little lure rod there I bought. And do you know what? I'll show you the lures you use for that in a minute. It's a little perch rod, and you bring that. I mean, I used to catch perch years ago in the old days on the floats and that, and roach and stuff. But I don't know. I fancied pike fishing. I'm going to start doing a bit of pike fishing, so I'll show you what I've bought so far. So if you want to start out pike fishing, I think it's a great sport. I'll show you what I've bought, and maybe you want to follow along with me. If you like your carp fishing, you'll know you want to catch something big. Okay. So first things first, I'm going in the morning, so this is the first video ever on pike fishing. Never done it before, and I'll show you a few bits that I've got hold of. And I've got a cheap rod, cheap reel, net, etc. A few bits and pieces to get me going. I'm after some pike. The reason I'm going for pike, I don't want little perch, little roach, etc. I want some big meaty pike. The only thing I'm worried about is the bloody teeth. They're like crocodiles, the bloody things. So first things first, I'll show you what I bought first of all. So what I bought, it's all sort of reasonably priced stuff. It's nothing too expensive. Get this chair out of the way. Nothing's too expensive. If you want to do a bit of pike fishing, follow along with me. I'll show you what I bought, and you might want to copy what I've bought. A friend of mine, a good friend of mine at work, has given me a bag to start off with. I've done a little deal. I swapped some bait. I bought me some bait, and he gave me this bag. But first things first, rod. I popped in Angling Direct the other day, and the guy was just putting some rods on the rack, and they've done like a my Angling Direct deal type thing for some rods. And I had a chat with him and said, what do you recommend for like pike fishing? So I was given this rod. I've got to say, I've got a little perch rod, but I've got this thing here. It's the Fox Rage. Fox do carp fishing gear, but they also do like the Rage stuff. Is their Predator brand of stuff. So anything with Fox Rage is pretty good stuff. This is the Warrior Heavy Spin. Let me have a look. What's it on the side? Warrior Heavy Spin. 210 centimeters, 6.8 foot, 40 to 80 grams. So I don't know if you can see that there. So basically, that's a pretty, it's a pretty meaty little rod. That's 25 quid in a sale, 30 quid, knocked out 25. Full carbon apparently. Well, it says carbon. I don't know if it's full carbon. So I've got the rod there. I've got to put some line on it in a minute. I bought some braid. I'll show you that in a minute. I bought the Fox Rage Warrior reel to go with that, the 3500 model. So. Not got the line on it yet. So with pike fishing, I don't know. If you're into carp fishing, you fancy having a go at pike fishing, follow my little series of videos, and we have a little go together. I'm going to say I'm a total beginner, so I've got no idea what I'm doing. Well, I sort of have, but I'm looking forward. The difference is, right, I love my carp fishing in the summer. You can set your bivvy up, set your gear up, cook a bit of food, sit there. Yeah, if you're on a lake, you pretty much know what you're going to get. If there's there's a carp in there, say £20, you might catch a £20. With river fishing, you don't really know what you're going to get. I mean, where we're going fishing, there's been pike pulled out of certain sizes, but you never know if you're going to get one bigger than the record or something. You don't know with a river fishing. So there's the reel. It's only small gear ratio, 5.2 to 1 gear ratio. That's the 3500. I'm a bit of a tart. It all sort of matches. It's not a bad little reel actually. Tighten that up. So I've just got to put the braid on that. So with pike fishing you use braid, carp fishing you use mono. Mono stretches, you don't want any stretch, you want to be able to feel the lure. So I'm going lure fishing tomorrow. My first ever trip out will be lure fishing. Later on I'll be using a float with some dead bait, I think. From what I understand, I'm no expert on it, I'm a total beginner with this. Well, a little bit, I've read up a little bit and I've watched a few videos. So I've got the rod, the Fox Warrior rod. I'll put more details below what I bought. I've got that was a birthday present actually, early birthday present, that rod. Bought the reel. Treat myself to a Again, only cheap, 20 odd quid in a sale. It's a rubber net. It's the Fox Warrior R70 net. It's a rubber mesh because you don't want to get your hooks. If you have like a carp net, you can get your hook stuck in the mesh. So it's a rubber mesh that folds out and etc. Only thing I haven't got at the moment is up the loft is my unhooking mat. I don't use my carp unhooking mat. I've got a couple of ones from the old days that roll up, but I'm with a few guys tomorrow, a few mates, so we'll have a net. Got to put the braid on that later on. So here's the bag a friend of mine's given me. It's the Savage Gear bag. They do a Savage Gear. A couple of companies, Savage Gear, Fox Rage, do a lot of pike stuff, predator, what I call predator fishing. In this box you get 3 boxes. Okay. Well, I think it comes with 3 boxes. I don't know. Like I said, the bag was given to me. Well done, Andy. Cheers, mate. Well, I've done a little deal with some bait. So I've got 2 boxes, cases there. I'm going to leave one out. It's giving me some space. So what I'm going to do basically tomorrow, my first ever video, if you watch this one, the next video will be me fishing on the bank. It will be lure fishing. So from what I gather with live bait, or from what I gather with dead bait, sorry, use a float. I've done float fishing in the old days, years ago. Use a big old heavy float, put a dead bait on, which you buy from the shop, the angling shop, frozen bait, cut the packet open, put it on your hook. You can buy the traces in the bag already. I've got 1 trace ready to go. So there's the trace. It's only a small, short trace. It's a 7K, 20 centimetre long trace. Basically, pike have teeth. They can bite through braid, they can bite through mono, they can bite through. So you need a trace, basically, a wire trace. Tie it onto your braid. You use a Palomar knot for that, I do believe. So I'll show you that in a minute because I've not got the braid on the reel yet. Braid, I should have gone maybe for something stronger. That's 18K. It's £40 basically. Meant to be quite good, that one. I can't remember. There's a couple of other banks on the market. That's the what one's that? J braid. They do a Daiwa one. I can't remember the other names. There's a few other makes on the market. Maybe I should have gone for £50. I'm not 100% sure. Basically, they go as strong as you can. But the price shot up from this to other stuff. The price shot up, and I've been tight. I'll try and do this on a budget, really. £40 sounds strong if you're carp fishing. That's well strong. But when you're doing pike fishing, what you want to be able to do is be able to get the pike on the bank without. I think it's a case of like if it shoots off. Well, you don't want to leave the pike with basically the barbed hooks in the mouth. They're pretty nasty hooks. I'll show you the. It becomes a bit of an addiction apparently, but you start buying lures 1 or 2 a week. I'll show you what I've got so far. I only bought 1 actually, and 2 were a gift. Thank you to my mate Wayne, who's given me this little puppy. A little bit of a small one there, but look at the hooks on that. All right. Look at that one. Okay. Now what you need to do, because especially if you're a beginner, you need to nip what they do. A lot of people do nip these barbs down, and maybe just leave 1 barb sticking out. And what they do, I've watched a video already, and what you can do on that treble barb, you've got a hook on the top on this particular one. On the bottom one, you've got a treble barb. What you can do is just poke that in the bottom like that. Don't poke it in fully, that hook, so it's just sticking in like that. These barbs you can press down with pliers or disgorgers, and it eases unhooking. To be honest with you, I'd rather lose the fish than get the hook so far down its throat and so far caught up all these different barbs, etc., that I can't get it out of the fish. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually. But these things are deadly. That's just a small one there, so that's ready to go. So basically what you do, I'll show you in a minute, you basically just, it's got a weight already, it's pre-weighted, these ones. You can buy ones like this without any hooks. You can put a jig in the end. It's a little, basically it's a little like a corkscrew thing with a weight on the end. So have a look in the shop and see what you think, but you can buy these ready to go. That one's really ready to go. You put your trace on that, you literally tie your trace onto the braid with a Palomar knot or whatever your preferred knot, and then the trace, if you buy a ready-made trace, it has a little click on the end there, quick release clip. You just clip that on the end there. Another one a friend of mine gave me, it's got a trace on it already. This is a bit of a beast, this one. That's another little pike there. It's got covers on the hooks, obviously you take them off, and it's got a trace already, so you basically tie that straight onto your braid, I think, that one. The one I've bought is a little sort of roach. I mean, these look big. They look big, but when you see the size of this pike, I'm after big uns. Ow, got me. As I say, where's my little case? I've got a little case somewhere of lures. Now I've got some braid there, which I'm not sure the poundage, but it's 15k high vis yellow braid, which I use for my perch fishing on my perch rod, which I showed you earlier. And I bought this little Savage Gear Perch Pro kit, 23 pieces. Just couldn't get into it. I've had a little go. I might take it if I go to the Broads. So the plan is I want to go to, start doing a few trips down to Chelmer near me in Essex. And at some stage I want to try and get a boat or a bungalow along the river, the Broads, the Norfolk Broads, and then we go down there in the season. So love my carp fishing, as I said earlier, but what I want to do in the winter, I don't mind, but when it gets colder, the idea is with a bit of pike fishing, you can just put your gear over your shoulder. You literally need some lures or your dead bait, net, rod, reel, and disgorgers or pliers, and off you go. These are the little set of Savage Gear lures I bought for the perch fishing, and I'll show you the size of these type things. I mean, you know, in comparison, you got that, and then you got that. So you can tell straight away, if you catch a fish with that, it's probably not going to be very big. Catch a fish with that, it's going to be a lump. If you're into carp fishing, you want lumps, you want big beasts, right? So that's what I'm going for. Perch fishing, I'll show you a couple more of the perch fishing ones. I've got a few here. Couldn't really get into it. I mean, if I ever go out the Broads and get a bungalow, hire a bungalow, I'd probably take the perch gear with me just to play about with, as a side note type thing, just to, you know, just have a little play about. But probably catch yourself some live bait actually. So I'll put that away to one side. I'm not taking that out with me on the next trip. So on the next trip out, I'll be taking this type of thing. And as I say, I'm going to nip those barbs down really. But you literally just tie it onto your trace. Look at that. What happens is, you got a funny, see that tail there? It's like a wide tail. I'll show you what I'll do in the next video. What happens is, as you pull that through the water, this flat piece here, see that fin there at the back, that basically sort of goes like this, makes it like a swimming effect. So you know, reel in, stop, whatever you want to do, flick it about. Same for this one. These are a bit of beasts actually. I've watched a video earlier, I might get some slightly small ones with just one treble barb. These have got double treble barbs. It's going to mean it's going to be a lot harder to get the thing out of the bloody mouth if I catch anything. This one's got the trace already, as I said. That's going to be straight onto the braid. So what I've got to do now is put my braid on the reel, and I will do a Palomon knot, tie the trace on. Once that trace, the wire trace is on, then we down by the back we tie that on, and then we're going to launch it out. So that all goes in the case like so. I'm waiting for some pliers to come through. I've got an old knife to take with me and disgorgers to get me out of trouble for now. As I say, my old unhooking mat is up in the loft. I'll get that done at a later date. For the time being, I'm going to meet some guys down the riverbank tomorrow in the morning, have a little go and see how I get on. So what I'm going to do now, get that tied on, get that onto the reel. So if you've never done this before, all you literally do, I'll show you the reel. All you literally do is tie a loop on the reel, on the bail them over. So bail them over like so. Tie it on. Okay, tie the line on there. Any knot you want really. You don't even have to knot it to be fair. You're never going to. Well, I should do. It's a bit of a shallow reel there. Bail them over. Put it on your rod. Reel it on until you get to near the top of the lip. This particular reel, I'll probably go to the red. Just don't go too far. It'll come off. It's probably better to put more on than less on, because you can always rip it off and get rid of it. And basically with this particular reel, it's not a bait one or nothing, it's just a standard reel. So I'll just use the clutch on the front of that, loosen the clutch up. You'll get the gist of it basically when I'll film the next video and show you what I'm up to. That's it. As I say, I love my carp fishing, but I just fancy in the winter months I sort of pack away the carp gear. I do go every now and again, but when I go carp fish I like to go overnight. If I go overnight I've got to take the bivvy. Take the bivvy, you need food, bed, cooking equipment, then you need the barrow, then you start taking tons and tons of stuff. Pike fishing, I'm really looking forward to this in the morning. I can't wait to go and get down the road and get going. We're only going to do 2 or 3 hours along the riverbank. got to put the braid on. I've got me trousers and coats in the car. I'm not sure what the weather's gonna be like a carp fishing bib and brace. Got me disgorge, got me net, got me silly hat, so I'm ready to go. So without further ado, I'm gonna put the braid on the reel. Get the trace tied on with a Palomar knot. If you don't know what a Palomar knot is, I will do a video at some stage showing you what a Palomar knot is, but it's basically a loop. Put it through the eye of the swivel, do like a granny knot, put the whole lot back over and put it tight, wet it down, put it tight. I'll show you that at a later date, I think. This little bag, the idea is, thank you to my mate Andy for this. Brilliant. So put that over your shoulder. You got space there in the pockets for a few beer towels or mats or whatever you want to wipe your hands with. Disgorgers. You got a pocket there I think for disgorgers. I think your neck can go there somewhere. Pocket on top there for whatever you want. Okay, so that is it basically. Look on the internet, Google, do a search, you can get sort of rucksacks, different types of bags and that. But the idea is you just walk along the bank, pick a spot. You don't need the rod rest. Some people take a chair in the rod rest, up to you. But tomorrow I'm just going to walk along the bank, flick the lures in and out of the water, see how we get on. So I'm going to set it up now. Got to get the braid on, get the trace on, and I think I'll whack it in the car, ready to go. It's so much lighter. All I've got to do is get up in the morning, jump in the motor, drive down the meeting point and get going. I'll cut the tag off the rod. I don't look like too much beginner. Looking forward to it. So if you fancy a go at pike fishing, like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for the next few videos. I'm a total beginner, never done it before, so we can learn together if you want, learn as we go along. Looking forward to see if I can't catch anything. I've not caught a carp for a little while. If I catch a pike, a nice one, I'll be over the moon. Bad thing is, well, luckily I've got some friends with me, because unhooking, I've got a glove as well somewhere. I've got a glove, because you've got to sort of put your hand in the gills to pull their head back and unhook them and that. And it looks nasty, they've got big teeth. So I'll see you in the next video. Click the link at the end of this video and you'll see the next video, which will hopefully be us down the bank catching some pike. I'm going to pack away, have a cold beer, get the braid on, and I'll say like, subscribe, and check out the next video at the end of this one. Well, when it's live. Just like I say, if you like and subscribe, you'll be notified of the next video, and I'll put a link at the end of this one to show you the next video. I think take the cameras down with me down by the riverbank. I'm looking forward to catching fish, hopefully. Get a big one. I mean, it's got to be a big one to get that big lure, right? If I don't catch anything, should I put the video up or not? Should I just pretend it didn't happen? Don't know yet. I'll see. Thank you for watching. Let's go.